Gemini, hello there, my beautiful friends. We're going to do your general tarot reading for late June, moving into early July 2025. Thank you so much for joining me today. You know I appreciate each and every single one of you. So let's get right down to business, as always, and start you off with an oracle card here, just so we could dip our toes in the energy and see what's happening for the lovely Gemini collective. Hope you're all doing fabulous and fantastic, my friends. Let's get it going here. My guide, spirit team, talk to me. What do we got for these beautiful Geminis, late June, early July? We're in Cancer season. What's the vibe? What energies, messages, insights can we take a little peek at? And yeah, we're just going to take a real quick look at this first card. Then we'll get into the full reading itself. And at the very end, I'll pull you a bonus card from the Shadowland Tarot, just to see what might be in the shadows or what shadow work you can lean into, which is always interesting. But let's get it going here. Let's rock and see what we got for Gemini. Late June, early July. What's the energy here? Let's get this card out nice and quick for you, my friends. Ask and you shall receive. Okay, the right way. Now, again, we're using the Creepy Alice deck. And when I see this card, it does have a lot of layers to it. Because to me, it's like controlled. Like, no, this is what I'm doing. This is where I'm going. This is the path. This is what I'm going to do. So to me, it could be planning. And it can also speak about advice. Like, there's a lot happening, even though it seems very simplistic when you look at the card. Now, before we fully dive into it, if you're new here, I'll be speaking about the June subscriber surprise towards the end. So you might want to check that out. And also, if you could kindly illuminate that like button by tapping it right on its third eye, you know, I'd greatly appreciate it. But enough of the promo, back into the reading. Let's talk more in depth about this. So again, with this Alice deck, we don't always have to get too wild about the literal imagery, but there's just something about that red crown that we see here in the middle of the card. To me, it's like, I take control, I take charge. Now, for a small portion of you, this could represent advice, whether you're seeking it, whether you're giving it, and like, it really depends. So don't be surprised if people are like, hey, Gemini, what would you do in this situation? There could be various people hitting you up to see what your opinions or thoughts, how you would handle things. For some of you, yeah, maybe you need a little bit of advice. Nothing wrong with that. But at the same time, it could also be someone that's like very stern and particular that I'm picking up with this card, where it's like, no, this is the right way, and anything that steps outside the lines is wrong. So again, watch out for people that are very set in their ways like that, like my way or the highway, because this card could represent that type of energy. And for another portion of you, this could just represent like, oh no, you're on the path. So there could be certain things you're doing where it's like, no, you're doing what you're supposed to be doing right now. You're on your path. So we're just going to leave it at that for now. Let's get into tarot. And yeah, I always say that first card there doesn't make or break the reading. It's just a little footnote. So let's get you 3 tarot cards in the upright. Then we'll get into that intuitive juiciness. Let's shuffle it up one time here for my Geminis, please. And while we get this deck shuffled up and ready to go, let's talk about last week's reading. It was titled A Sudden Change. So if one hasn't happened for you recently, that energy could still bleed over for a couple weeks. And I don't think that's a big problem for Gemini usually. I'd say out of all the zodiac signs, you're one of the more adaptable, where it's like you're good at seeing things before they happen and rolling with the punches, and just very adaptable. That's one thing I love about Geminis. But yeah, the energy was shifting quickly, so don't be surprised if there's certain things that do like a turnaround to 180. Hopefully, if that does happen, it's in a good way for you. But we're going to see what shows up this week. As you know, energy is very fluid, never set in stone, so only take this how it hits for you, because we could be seeing your vibe or somebody else's, right? Let's get it going. 3 cards for my Gemini friends. What is going on as we enter into July? Late June, early July, please. Go, quick. Okay, Hierophant. Oh. Okay, that is a very grounded energy for the first position, and it is the complete and total opposite of what we saw last week. I don't want to talk too much just yet because it's the first card of the reading, but that Hierophant, that's firm. That's a very, very firm type of energy. Let's get a couple more. What do we have here for Gemini? Thank you. Okay, so 4 cups, a lot on the mind. I mean, there could be something that's like on your mind and it's hard to get it out of your brain. That's potentially put. And again, it doesn't have to be you. It could be somebody else where it's like, I have this thought in my mind, I can't get it out of my mind. You know, like sometimes when we hear a song and it's like stuck in our head, it feels like that to me. Okay, so this energy, it's very much stop and go, because we have the Chariot right here on the back end, which is the complete and total opposite of what we have going on up here. And you also have a bonus, which is the Four of Swords. So we're going to tuck that in right there. So we got repeating fours. We have opposites of energy, very similar to what we were seeing last week. But let's go through. I'll give you some of the classical meanings and archetypes. Then we'll get into that juicy, intuitive stuff. But at first look, first glance, as far as elements go, and you know I always like to break down the elements because it tells us how the energy is moving. You do have a lot of water in your spread this week with the Four of Cups. With the Chariot, that's Cancer energy. So when I see a lot of water, that's the realm of emotion, creativity, feeling, love, expression. So there's a lot of good things involved with this, but it could definitely be a little up and down. We have some earth right here in the front. I usually say the combination of earth and water is usually really good, that there's a lot of potential. I'm just interested to see how this is all going to piece together, especially with such a solid energy on the front, like the Hierophant, and then and not so solid energy here on the back. And yeah, as the bonus, we do have a little bit of air, which makes sense. There's a lot of thought, a lot of thinking going on. So let's go through and do a quick overview. We're going to build this out piece by piece. So position number one, we start with the Hierophant. For some of you, that could just be a Taurus you're connected to. Very simple, straightforward. But if that's not the case, the Hierophant is a very complex card. It's not simple. It might look simple. We have the Pope and the little friars sitting there in front of him. I'm just going to run down a list of potential things that it can be. Now, since it is that Taurus energy, it is very fixed, very grounded. This could represent authority figures. So we're talking about people that are in a position of authority or perceived authority, like a shot caller. So watch out for your relationship with people that are in perceived authority. This is a very spiritual card as well. So again, whether you're immersing yourself in spiritual things, maybe you're opening up your horizons to more spiritual things when the Hierophant's here. That's a good type of vibe. But it's, you know, when we're talking about adaptable, this card's not it. It is like very, very set and it's firm. It's traditional. It's within the box. You ever hear the term think outside the box? This is not it. This is within the box. It's tradition. It is this way. It's always been this way, and it will continue to be this way. So in the positive sense, this could be very dependable. In the challenging aspect, I think you already pick up what I'm saying. This is an energy that could be very stubborn. This could be a very difficult energy to move past or move through. It's just something that sticks around. So we're going to have to see what's up with this, whether this is like behaviors or a situation in general. Hierophant, I like to have an action card. If I had it my way, I would rather have the Chariot here and him back there. But moving to the center, we have the Four of Cups. So the energy does start to loosen up a little bit, which is really nice. And fours, as you can see, since there's two of them here, they're sturdy. They're not really a movable energy much themselves. So I can't wait to see what the clarifiers are. But we see this individual. They're sitting under a tree. They're having a little nap, having a little snooze, it looks like. And I always link this card heavily to the imagination. Now, what are the positives of this Four of Cups? It's a great card for ideas. It's a great card for like piecing things together. It could be very creative and imaginative. Really, really nice. It's a card of visualizing and manifesting, which is really good. But this person, they're thinking. This is one of the prototypical cards of the overthinker, whether it's a specific subject that you just can't get it off your mind. It's kind of stuck there. It could be someone that's thinking about you too. It doesn't have to just be a one-way thing, but it's like, I'm thinking, but I'm not acting. Okay, so again, I'm not sure if that's you or somebody else, but it's like, I'm thinking, but I'm not doing. So we'll see what's up with that. Now, that energy does not stay. Okay, like all this stuff I was talking about, like this very fixed, down, clunky type of energy in the front, because we get to the back end and we have the Chariot. Boom. So fastest card in the whole entire deck. It's right up there in regards to power. It's right up there with the Tower, believe it or not. So maybe you have Cancer placements. Maybe you're connected to Cancer when this card is here. This is a huge card of determination, not quitting. So there could be something where Spirit's like, do not quit, do not stop, keep pushing the envelope. In the positive sense, this card, yeah, there is zero quit in it, but it's moving quick. It's either coming or going really, really fast. So when we go from so slow to so fast, it's kind of jarring, right? It's a little explosive where it's like 0 to 100 really quick, which fits the theme with what we saw for your last week. Now, this could represent distance. It could represent travel, going on a trip and stuff like that. But the challenge of the Chariot is that it could be just a little too intense. It could be an energy that moves a little too quickly. And another thing with it, it can be a little confrontational, right? Because always remember, chariots were initially made as instruments of war and battle. So when I see it, it's like, no, I'm going to run right into this. I'm going to fight this. I don't care. I'm not going to stop. So it's a little combative. On the very back end, we do have the Four of Swords, very spiritual card once again. So you can see there's a lot of spiritual undertones for you this week. Four of Swords looks like he's sleeping, looks like he's meditating, not doing much action, but there's a lot going on the inside. So it's like not a lot on the outside, but a lot going on the inside when we see this. So as you can see, it's like we have this stop, go type of energy showing up. So we're going to place this down right here, Gemini. I want to dive deeper on all this action. So let's do it. Let's jump in and clarify. Okay, let's get a good shuffle here for you, my friends. What do we got for the Geminis? And yes, I always like to go intuitive at this point, which means I just tell you how it feels to me. So feel free to do further research or rely on your base knowledge of tarot, because as you know, every single reading is about the reader's interpretation, and I'm just giving you mine. Let's go in on the Hierophant. Oh, and yes, if you're a reader yourself, please feel free to play along. That's why the box is here. If you're feeling any messages you want to give to Gemini, you could drop it in the comments. I don't mind at all. Okay, what's this Hierophant doing here? Which is our starting point, it seems. Thank you. Okay. A delay of something, potentially. So I would say in this time, watch out for delays. That's initially the first thing that's popping up. And notice, once again, we do have more water. So like the emotional realm and inner realm in general, whether it's like the thinking or the feeling, very much heightened in this time. So just know, like, I'm not sure if this is a warning just yet. We'll see how the reading goes, but there could be very heightened emotions. So things that you've been feeling could be jacked up to 11, like intensified big time. But yeah, there is this little energy of like delay or something taking forever. Watch out for being impatient in this time, because there could either be a person, there could be a process, or just something where it's like, okay, this is never going to change, or I'm getting really I'm getting up to here, I'm fed up to here with something, and just watch out for delays. Now, another thing I'll mention, aside from that little message or warning, the Eight of Cups in reverse can sometimes represent something that's either not progressing, or it could be something that's returning. So especially with the Hierophant, especially with like the shock collar type of energy, for some of you, that's possibly there. I know I saw a similar thing for you a few weeks ago. So there's still an open window for various things, situations to pop back in and return. That is here. But the first initial thing I was picking up here is either getting frustrated about something or delays. So just watch out for stuff like that. We're just going to keep moving. We're not going to stick here too long. This could be a very dependable energy too. For some of you, that could be a great thing. Like with Hierophant, Eight of Cups in reverse, it's like, I'm not going nowhere. I'm here, Gemini. So let's see what's up with the Four of Cups, because I mean, that's how the energy's showing. We're going to see how it looks on the back. So let's see what's up with that Four of Cups for my Geminis, please. Thank you. Six of Cups, there's this really, really strong link to the past that continues to show up for you. So we do have the Six of Cups in the upright here. And again, that's another card that can represent returns, things popping back up. But when I combine these two together, either it's like someone that's on your mind a lot, or you're on someone else's mind a lot. Like this doesn't feel just like a passing thought here or there. It's like this person is like taking up residence in a corner of my brain. Again, I'm not saying it's you. But aside from that, yeah, Four of Cups, Six of Cups, lots of reminiscing, taking trips down memory lane, which makes sense with this returning energy that we're picking up heavily this week. So again, whether it's you or somebody else, there's a lot of reminiscing and living in the past when I pick up this type of vibe. Now, the Six of Cups could represent soul ties, soul connections, people that we're very closely tied to. But those are my main messages. Either it's something that's popping back up, there's a manifesting going on for it as well. But the main thing I'm thinking about here is like, I can't get this person out of my head. I can't, they're there. So let's just keep moving. So whether it's yours or theirs, I mean, you take it for however it fits for you. But let's see what's up with the Chariot. We'll see what's up with that. Then we'll do a quick little recap before we get into the shadow. So why is the Chariot here? And remember, I said, like, there's a lot of water here, but the Chariot gets very explosive when we go from all this quiet, non-moving type of energy into the Chariot. Like, this could get a little wild. So let's see what's up. Where's the Chariot here? Boom. Yeah. And there it is, like unexpected or surprising action out of nowhere. So we have the High Priestess in reverse, big Pisces energy. I also link that to all the other water signs. So if you're connected to Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio, like they are potentially showing up heavily here on the back end. Now, the High Priestess is a huge card of mystery and the unknown. If we're to break it down to its simplest form, it could represent intuition, having a gut feeling. So when I see her in reverse, it's an energy that's like, peekaboo, I'm here, or just something that pops up out of nowhere. So again, whether this is explosive action coming in or just unexpected action, because all this up front feels very day to day. Nothing's happening, nothing's changing. Things feel the same. And then back here, similar to last week, it does like a 180, just this action out of nowhere. So whether it's surprising, unexpected action or explosive, like all those are very similar. I'm just using different words to describe it to try to get the message through. Now, her in reverse could also represent something you don't see coming either. It's like, I didn't even see it coming. It's like the energy just comes to you or presents itself to you. And I think I'm going to have to stay firm in this. I really do, especially with all the stuff here. The energy did feel like potential, but there's like this little stagnant energy there. On the back end, it all just changes. It just happens very, very quick. There's a very strong shift of energy. So again, whether it is the returning energy we saw, it doesn't even have to be. It's just like explosive action out of nowhere. So if you've been in a quiet time, listen, I've been doing a lot of personal readings for Geminis recently, especially since your birthday season just passed. This kind of fits the bill with a lot of the themes I've been seeing, where it goes, it's quiet, 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 and then boom, everything all at once. Let's go through and do a quick recap, then we'll get into the shadows. So similar to last week, but definitely different. So again, watch out for people acting in ways you don't expect them to, or things popping up. Like the energy is there. There's like an open window. But position number one, we have the Hierophant, Eight of Cups in reverse. Yeah, initially I'm seeing some delays or what are perceived delays right here in the front. If that's not the case, and it could be something that's looping back, we do see an energy of like a window being open for either situations or things trying to resurface. In the center, we have the Four of Cups with the Six of Cups. So either you're on someone's mind 24/7 or someone's on yours. It's like this energy lives rent-free in someone's head. And I'm not saying that in a disparaging way. There's also a lot of reminiscing happening where it's like I'm living in memories. But again, the returning, there is this open window for whatever reason. And then on the back end, we have the Chariot with the High Priestess, action out of nowhere. So whether we want to call it explosive, unexpected, surprising, it's like it goes from 0 to 100, nothing to everything. Most definitely a very powerful shift in the energy. So please take a screenshot if you want to look into it further. Let's see what's in the shadows. Okay. Let's get a good shuffle here. And yeah, I always like to pull one shadow card at the very end just to see whether it's something within you or something you don't quite see. Shadow cards don't always have to be a challenge. They could be a good thing. So let's get you one. Oh, and yes, if you made it to this point in the reading, please feel free to check out channel memberships. I'll put a link for it in the comments below. It's a beautiful way to support the channel, and I have much love for all my channel members. Okay, let's get this going here. What do we got for the Geminis, please? There we go. Thank you. King of Swords, very strategic, very plan-based. So again, this is one of your power cards, and it's not gender specific. And when I see the King of Swords, it's like, no, I know what to do, and I know when to do it. In its positive form, it's like, I've got a plan, and I'm going to put it into motion. Now, the challenge with the King of Swords, it could sometimes be a little too mean. Sometimes it could be a little bitter and angry. So I would say if we're looking at the shadow side of the King of Swords, there could be certain things going on, or certain things that might tempt your mean streak when I see this card as a shadow card. So just keep that in mind. I'm not sure if you're connected to another air sign or not either. But yeah, the King of Swords, it's great for its planning. It's great for its logic. It's great for its wit and intelligence. But it can sometimes be cold. Okay, so whether someone's perceiving you as being a little bit cold, a little mean, or maybe someone's acting this way towards you, it all really depends. But I would watch out for that, especially with the King of Swords, because I could see miscommunications where people perceive you in a way that you're not trying to present yourself. So we're just going to leave it at that, Gemini. That's what I have for you this week. Don't click away just yet, though. I'm going to give you the details of the June subscriber surprise. If you would like further insight on your situation, you can book a personal reading with me at my website, mastermetaphysics.com. The June calendar is open, so you can go check for availability. But for the June subscriber surprise, I'm giving away 3 copies of one of my most favorite decks ever, the Everyday Witches Tarot. So if you'd like to get your name in for this, it's 2 simple things as always. First, you must be subscribed. And second, let me know down in the comments if you could manifest something right now instantly, what would it be? You'll be entered to win, and at the end of the month, the winners will be announced in my community tab. As always, my friends, much love, and I'll see you soon.